What's up, Andrew? Quick demo video for you for your Aniflex by 7 Chambers. I got this done this morning, but I wanted to fit one more install in before I got this demo out to you. So we're doing it now. Install with the Proffie V2. You've got CC Saber's LED pixels in there. 2-button setup, so your top switch here, that'll be your activation, and then your bottom switch, that's your auxiliary. To get to everything, you want to undo this pommel. I'm going to throw a little tool in your kit. it's a simple thing, but it works. It lines up with these vents right here, and it just helps you release this pommel, and then it also helps you tighten it up when you're putting the chassis back in with the battery. But you'll twist it a few times, and the rest of it you can get with your hand. Just make sure you don't drop it, which I've done a few times. Once you take that off, you'll see your speaker right there. You just cup your hand, and with your hand and your other hand, go like that, hit it once or twice. Your chassis will pop out, and you can pull it all the way out just like that. And then here's your chassis. So your Proffie board right here, easy access to your micro USB and your SD card. Sorry, you can take your SD card out, and you can do everything you need to do and leave this board alone. You don't have to pop it up, but you can pop it up if you want to. It's just a tight snap fit down into the chassis. And then you've got Smuggler's Outpost switch pixel PCB set here, and then a 28mm SO Elite speaker. Although you'll never have to take off this part, I wanted to show you this just so you know what your build looks like. If you unscrewed it from the middle, you'll see the 14-pin PCB on the upper half of the Saber right here. So that's the 14-pin PCB that never comes out. It always stays there. You don't put your chassis in this way. You always want to take your chassis out and put it in through the pommel area so you don't side load the pins. All right, so we'll put this back on, lock it down. I just have the stock fonts on this. I figure you're going to do what you want to do with it. I did leave a copy of the config on the SD card though, because I put motion controls on it, and you know, I tweaked a few things, so you can see what I did there, and then you can build off of that. It's very easy. But spring sides are negative over here. I don't think I'm ever going to quit saying it. So we got the battery in, everything's good. Of course, you can control it without the Saber. Twist off. But that's no fun, right? So we're going to put it in the Saber. You can put it in here however you want. It'll slide right in just like that, and it'll take our pommel and screw it on. Just do as much as you can with your fingers, and then when it starts to get tight, again, you can use this tool I'm going to put in your box to lock everything down. Activation. So your LEDs are fired up. Good smooth swing. Auxiliary. Twist off, or we could just hit power. And then hit it again to turn it off. Just like that. This takes a 7/8 inch diameter blade. Now you had mentioned to me that the emitter was a little bit loose, and it is on most of these guys. The only thing really holding this emitter piece on is your blade retention screw right here. So this guy has to be shaved down. And there's a fine line between shaving it enough and shaving it too much. It's very nerve-wracking every time I do it, although I've done it a lot. But I got this where it needs to be. Everything's good there. So when you loosen this to put your blade in, the emitter is going to be loose a little bit, but then when you tighten it back up, just tighten it around your blade, everything tightens back up. So that's what's going on there. We're going to throw a blade in it real quick. So I'm having some trouble getting my blade in because I've sanded my blade quite a bit. So it's a little loose in this guy, and I had to do some maneuvers to get it to work. But if you have a brand new blade, it'll fit in this guy well, and you don't have to do any sanding. Mine, unfortunately, you know, I've got one 7/8 blade, I've got a full length, or I've got one 1-inch blade, and I sand those repeatedly, you know, for my demos. So this one has been bastardized quite a bit. And then you got that going on. It works well. Your auxiliary. tap it for blast or deflex. I did put battle mode on here, so if you hit the saber or the blade, you get blade lock up until you pull away from it. You go to another one.
Smooth gray.
Obviously, it's kind of a fire blade, right? This saber hates my blade.
Smooth fuzz.
Just like that. Now we'll take the blade out. Yeah, everything's working like it should, just like I said. Hopefully your blade isn't sanded too much. Mine is sanded too much. So we'll take that out. To get the battery out, we'll want to just take the pommel out again. So we'll unscrew that a couple turns, and we'll go with our finger here. And then the chassis got a little bit more heft on it with the battery in. So it'll come out easier. Pull it out just like that. And from the positive side by the speaker, you can pull it out with your finger just like that. And then we'll take this and put it back in the saber for safekeeping and put the pommel back on, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so let me know if you got any questions, man. If not, I'll get this out in the mail to you tomorrow morning. All right, thanks.